Welcome to Doug TeNapel Live. I'm so tricky. Because I have a phone here going live to Facebook on a separate stream, then my camera right there doing another stream to YouTube. We're doing double duty. I kind of have this weird thing stuck in my head. Welcome to Doug in Exile, first of all. I have this weird thing stuck in my head where I don't like reusing things and trying to, I like the individual lives. Now your chat will show up. These are the rules. There's Daryl Boland's watching. I have Aaron Cuppet over on Facebook. And then over on YouTube, I have Ed H and AC Cruz. Look at me. I'm so wired in. It's sick. And I've got my Twitter feed here. We're going to go over all of Trump's, not all of them, but his recent cabinet picks and on who's likely to make it and who's not. So the rules, super chats on YouTube, that's how you ask a question, and super chats really help the channel out, but mostly I'm also looking over on Facebook. I'm like 50 followers short of 37,000 followers. So I hope you guys will give us a follow. If you're watching this, just take a little time, go over there and follow. If you're on YouTube, subscribe, and we're all one big happy family then. But Trump is at a great, and the reason why I'm only doing this update is because the last time I left you guys, I was still talking about Matt Gaetz. So I don't like having that old stuff left out there. I did a video yesterday for Matt Gaetz that was supposed to go up, and I send them to the beloved Miss TeNapel. That's the other thing about these live things is they're all like behind the scenes, how I do the show. That's another thing that I talk about, which I don't talk about often during the normal episodes that I upload. So you guys get like privileged insider behind the scenes information on how I do what I do. How's that? Okay. So, and there's some rumors too, which I did. I'm also giving you guys previews of the videos that I'll drop tomorrow. So one of them is on MSNBC, is up and for sale. Thanks for the thumbs up over there on Facebook. MSNBC is on the block to sale. You guys know that if you've seen my videos already. Look, Kimberly Cuthbertson from Tennessee. My Tennessee people. I've been here for 10 years and I still don't feel like I'm one of you yet. I'm a California guy coursing through my veins. I'm a redneck, don't get me wrong. I was raised on a farm in Central Valley, not on a farm, but in farming land. So I was raised with country music and chewing tobacco and horse auctions and the county fair and country music, Hank Williams, and all that. So look, there's a Will We Ever See Another Earthworm Jim comic? Well, and some of you guys don't know, but I'm a comic book artist is my main calling for the last, most of my life. I'm an animator. I created children's animated television series for DreamWorks. I'm Emmy nominated. I've gotten Eisner Awards, and I do this for a living because this is, and this is a cool art form. I get to perform. Just so you guys know, like before I go on camera, I'm all, I get revved up, and I do try to take a shower before I go on camera. That's my getting into makeup. And speaking of getting to makeup, my son, the reason why I'm able to do this at full projection this late is because normally I try and keep it quiet in the studio, but my son, my youngest son, John, is a senior in high school, and he's in the school production of C.S. Lewis's Chronicles of Narnia. It's a musical version of it. And he plays Father Christmas. My son is playing Father Christmas, and I was never so proud. I got to see him on stage last night. It's a wonderful production, and the beloved Miss TeNapel is not here in the house, so I'm all alone. I don't like being alone. I get spooked. That's why I'm going online. I go, I'm going to hang with my in exile people, wish them all a happy Thanksgiving this week, and make sure that we're all being very thankful for the things we have. but that's another thing that I do is I start freaking out alone. I go like, oh, man, I really want some sweets. And so that's my hypothetical question to ask the chat. Because when I go, I want some sweets. I always want like Ben and Jerry's ice cream and like cookies and all that. What do you guys crave when you go in full sweets mode? What is it that hits you? That's something that the chat, you guys can share with each other in public. Get in there, leave your comment. When you got the sweets craze, my dad was a huge sweets man. Rest in peace. I love him so and miss him so. But he was also diabetic, so he wasn't supposed to be eating sugar. But man, he just jack up the shots all the more. He goes, I don't care. I'd rather die. You know, we go, Dad, you can extend your life if you just get off sugar. He's like, screw that. I'm eating sugar. But he loved ice cream. There's Karen Joyce on Facebook says chocolate. Riff Trender over on YouTube says cinnamon roll. My dad was a big bowl of ice cream. Those are my favorite memories. And man, I love flipping out on, I'm a big caramel person. AC Cruz says banana bread. There's Richard CS5. Good old Doug. I'm watching from Central Illinois. Thank you for your conservative commentary. God bless you and yours. At the play last night at Narnia, one of the older gentlemen who watches the show came up to me and said, love your work. Thank you. Keep it up. And I love my senior audience, my people. I kind of just bring you, and my mom called me today and she was very happy with my work. When mom is pleased, like as long as I don't cuss too much on the air and I'm a good man, she's happier. And she goes, you really put down some good information on this one. You know, how did you get ahead of that story and all that? So just that I make my mom proud, and my dad always loved the show too. Loved watching it, and all of his friends. Now that my dad has passed away, the greatest compliment I've ever gotten is one of my dad's best friends at my dad's funeral when I was there. He said, you know, your dad, I see him every day when I watch your show. That choked me up. He goes, it's your, and he turned to all his friends. He goes, if you guys want to see Ed, he's still alive, watch his show. So getting to carry much of my dad's cadence and his ability to rant and his conservative values, he would have been ecstatic to find out. You know, in fact, he told me back in the Biden administration when he found out that Trump was going to run, and he goes, can you imagine how bad the left would flip out if Trump won? And so I hope, you know, he's looking down from heaven and sees it. I have no idea if that's the case. I mean, I know he's in heaven. I don't know that people in heaven can see things here on earth without being completely miserable. Oh yeah, my dad was, here's a chat from YouTube, Kimberly Cuthbertson. My dad, A&W, root beer with vanilla ice cream. My dad got us on Coke floats early on. For me, it was I didn't have a root beer float till later in life. For our family, it was Coke float. Do you know John Mike Keane? Someone asks. There's Jim Thompson. Do you know John Mike Keane? His voice sounds familiar. Yeah. John Mike Keane, all I know of him is he's a genius of some kind. What a brilliant guy. That guy, he's never been wrong about anything. John Mike Keane, John Mike Keane. It's my pen name, guys, if you haven't seen the channel. So, anyways, we got to lay low on that. I can't talk about that here on one of these channels. Let's put it that way. I really can't. So I try and keep that on the down low. But it's been a whole lot of fun this year because Trump's wins, the biggest pick. So anyways, I posted that Matt Gaetz withdrew, first that Matt Gaetz was being considered. And then he pulled his name. So I had to pull the video from YouTube and I had to re-edit it. I hadn't posted it yet, but it was scheduled to post. So I had to go in and re-edit all the news and go and add on a piece to the beginning of the video and edit it in. And I go like, guys, Matt Gaetz just withdrew his name. That's the big news. And then I saved it out. I send it to Angie over our network and she uploads it for me. So it got uploaded, and it was, again, she scheduled it for this morning. And then Trump announces Pam Bondi is the pick for Attorney General. And I go, oh no. Now I had to pull the video back down, put in a new intro going, guys, it's Pam Bondi. And then I re-edited it and then threw it up this again. I go, that's it. I'm not re-editing that thing again. It's kind of the danger of doing too much contemporary news. You can really be wrong if I'm posting for the next day. It can get very wrong very quick. So not a good habit to be in. Anyways, if you're just now joining our show, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is where you belong. I talk to the fans anytime I'm out in public. Some people recognize me here in town too. And they're always very kind people. Older usually, and I just appreciate kind of creating an environment where we can hang. There's Kuzmeti. Hi, Doug. Hi, Kuzmeti. Okay, so everyone can hear me okay, I hope. So with Pam Bondi, the big question is it 4D chess with Trump? Is it 4D chess? I believe Trump sincerely wanted Matt Gaetz to be Attorney General. So I don't believe that he ever intended for him to be pulled. I think he knew it was a risk. And I think he also had Pam Bondi as a backup, because that turned around so quick. There's no way that she wasn't vetted and locked in the chamber, ready to go if Matt Gaetz got pulled. And I believe Trump told Matt Gaetz to pull his own name, because they didn't want him to go through that whole rigmarole, and only to find out that there weren't enough Republican votes to get him through, and they were not going to do a recess appointment, which, for those of you guys who don't know how our government works, it is supposed to be a system of checks and balances. You've heard that a lot. And the Senate does not want to quickly give up their right to approve and consent. If they were quick to give that up, even in this one case where Trump has a huge mandate. If they just rubber stamped everything with recess appointments, it looks really bad. And it's entirely possible that Matt Gaetz could have been tied up if he got approved with a recess appointment. And the checks and balances is the Senate does not want to give up that ability. You always want dissent from the Senate, because they're a power that checks the presidency. That's their job. Now, it is true that it was all rhinos against Matt Gaetz. It was Mitch McConnell, Murkowski, and Susan Collins out of Maine. But, there you go. So Pam Bondi's our pick. She is amazing. She was actually Attorney General of Florida. She's actually ran a law practice. She's actually done a ton of reforms. She's going to sail through, I believe. And we'll see what Democrats say about strong, intelligent female. Let's see how many of them vote against Pam Bondi. I want to know how many of the Democrats that say that they're for female empowerment, strong. This is a big, huge senior job for a female to take. And something tells me Democrats are going to abandon their feminist principles and all the things they said about only misogynists would vote against Kamala Harris. And let's find out how many misogynists are in the Democrat Party. That's all I want to know, is who votes against Pam Bondi. That's what I want to know, because I suspect there's going to be quite a few Democrats that do that, and that's going to be hilarious. And we'll report on that on this channel when we do that. Next, so another video that I'm doing for tomorrow that you guys are first to hear about is, the sale of MSNBC. So there was a tweet today by Donald Trump Jr. Donald Trump Jr. took an article about MSNBC going on the sales block, and he posted it to Elon Musk and said, hey, Elon, want to go in on a partnership and buy MSNBC together? And we want to do something funny. And Elon Musk's response was, how much does it cost? Now, I'm going to take you back to when he bought Twitter, and someone posted to Elon Musk and said, hey, Elon Musk, you should buy Twitter. And his response was, how much does it cost? So he's signaling that he could be buying MSNBC. And the betting markets, you know that I follow Polymarket, which is a betting market on politics. The betting markets have already gone in, and they're at about 15% right now. They're saying that Musk does buy MSNBC. Now, you guys can tell me in the chat what shows you'd want to see on MSNBC. Personally, I think primetime should be run by Alex Jones, and I think he's a lunatic. But man, just to kick everyone on the left in the teeth and make them go psycho, I would. And by the way, I'm not a big Alex Jones fan. I don't like the conspiracy stuff. I think he's got some very strange beliefs. I think sometimes he's very bad for his audience too, and sending them off on these conspiracies. However, I think he's one of the most entertaining commentators there is. As entertainment, I don't know if you can get better than Alex Jones. So I haven't listened to his show in years, guys. I don't like watching him. Don't get me wrong. I do know this. One time, Joe Rogan had him on his podcast. I think, it might have been 5-7 years ago. And a friend of mine sent me that episode and said, Doug, you got to listen to Alex Jones on Joe Rogan. And I listened to the episode, and it is one of the best, fascinating, psychotic podcasts I've ever heard in my life. And I mean, I can't even think of one that tops it. You know how Joe Rogan does like these 3-hour, 4-hour conversations. If you guys can ever look that one up, just look up Joe Rogan has Alex Jones on. He talks about all the interdimensional aliens and just everything. The globalists. So anyways, it'd be interesting to see him on TV. He's banned from YouTube and probably in Facebook, so I don't think I could even do his videos and talk about what he says here. But I also think it'd be great to see, look, someone noticed my plant's gone. Wiley Sal goes, where's the plant that was on the back fridge? The Botanist Naples decorates my studio. Every day we try and put something new on the set, just so, again, now you guys know the behind the scenes of what we do. And because she was so busy with my son's play, Narnia, she couldn't put a little secret decoration in. So she puts a plant in one day, she'll take it out. We put a pillow in another day, we take it out. Okay. Put up a poster of Ed. Yeah. Ed in exile, my son. My son Ed's coming back from college. My dad, Ed. My son Ed is coming back from college on Monday, and man, I look forward to being with him. I miss him so. My daughter will be back. Where's the Planet of the Apes trash can? That's hiding right back there. See, I'm covering it. I put it on the right side of the fridge instead of the left, so it's still back there, full of trash. Yeah, Samuel Pringer. Never trust a Democrat. Let's check in on Facebook chat over here. Daryl Bolin, glad to see you're doing well and putting content out. Fellow Tennessean, my Tennessee people, have a great night. Give us a thumbs up over there, my people. So I'm hoping, I don't want Elon Musk and Donald Trump Jr. to lose money, but listen, if they bought MSNBC and if they could just simulcast streams from the internet, right? Because that's what media is realizing. People aren't going to cable and television. Now, my audience, many are older, and they may not want to find a stream or a podcast or go to Twitter, where a lot of this stuff is at. But you might still watch TV. If MSNBC, we'll call it, the joke is that it could be called MXNBC, because X is what Musk's platform is. If they put on, say, Alex Jones, Megyn Kelly Primetime, Benny Johnson, Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk are talking about they're going to do a podcast on their Doge, Department of Government Efficiency. They're going to do live podcast. If they simulcast that podcast with Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk, and if they gave Don Jr. his own show, talk show, news show, he's married to Kimberly Guilfoyle, they'd automatically put her on. If they could get and Tucker Carlson back on the air, right? They could just pay out licensing deals to use to allow their content on the air every day. It would instantly become probably the #1 news channel. And I think they would even beat Fox News. So not only would they instantly reverse what MSNBC is doing wrong and will continue to do wrong. MSNBC is in big financial trouble. Here's Carl W. I'm 69 and I get all of my info from here, my fellow boomer. I'm watching you do. Thank you, Carl W. Thank you to my fellow boomer, all my boomer people. I'm not technically a boomer because I'm 58. I think I missed it by a year or two, thankfully. I was born in 66. So I'm not quite to be credited for destroying the world like the boomers did. That's you guys. Anyways, if MSNBC put that kind of a talent slate out every day, all of the ad rev would dump in, they'd instantly become profitable with ads. And then they'd start cutting into the Fox News network. Now, Fox News, has 2.5 million viewers a night. I think MSNBC is under 1 million, and CNN is about to follow. CNN probably is licking their chops, hoping MSNBC collapses, so that then CNN would inherit their audience and their market share. And they're all just trying to sell ads, Lipitor ads to all of you, anyone who watches. And that's another thing is RFK Jr. has talked about making it illegal to do pharmaceutical ads. Now, those of you who watch cable television, that pharmaceutical ads are half the ads. Like what happens when all those weird Ozempic ads and all that stuff are not allowed to go on the air? They would lose all that revenue and that whole industry could get gutted. Television advertising for cable. That's what's holding them all up. But I believe they'd also cut into that Fox News audience. Why? And as much as we might like Fox News, Jesse Waters and all that, Fox News is still very safe. It's not raw. And if you do a podcast like ours, just a regular guy on a TV channel with a camera, if you did something normal that was still raw, unedited, no makeup, no hairdo, no writers, no teleprompter, no canned, high gloss, that stuff's in the past. This would be a TV channel that could be have all the benefits of streaming internet, but simulcast to the new MSNBC. And guys like Alex Jones, you could have some crazy right-wing, hard right, bury the needle, this is what I think. Jimmy Dore show, a bunch of guys from Rumble, Viva Fry, all those, Dan Bongino, it would mop the floor with the competition because people see an authenticity. And by the way, there's R. Patrick, I'm probably 10 years older than you. By the way, I would be okay with getting raw left-wing channels also to balance it out. That is, in between, say, every conservative show, you have the Young Turks with Cenk Uygur. You could do some of the Midas Touch psychos, although they're liars. And I don't know if you want to do that either. But I'm just saying, someone like that. I saw Mika Brzezinski this week going live on a podcast. They could change the format and start having some liberals come on and just do their best and do a raw show just to hear from the other side. Probably 3 good liberal channels would be interesting. And yeah, you're right. Woke isn't yesterday's news. This is Golden Bear 82. said woke is yesterday's news. Now the culture wants to return to reality. It's true. I still don't believe in censoring. Oh yeah. Okay. There you go. Dory, is progressive, says Ellen Troy. Yeah, there's a lot of, that's the problem with opening it up to Elon Musk and RFK Jr. and Tulsi Gabbard. Now there's a bunch of fake conservatives out there who aren't there, but it's fine. It's fine. I don't want to, I even throw around that word fake conservative. That's not entirely fair. But Jimmy Dore, yeah, they're all progressive. They're pro-choice, pro same-sex marriage and all that. And that's just, where we're at. And I'd like to see more Christian voices on there. Doug Wilson, maybe a Franklin Graham show for the people of faith, bring back Huckabee. Yeah, that would work. But MSNBC, they're going to start jettisoning in talent. They've already cut Rachel Maddow's salary by $5 million a year, which we all want to know, like, how can you cut her salary by $5 million and she's still getting a salary? That means she's probably getting paid like what, 7-10 million a year? I don't know, whatever that cut is. Joy Reid is psycho, and she's got to they need to fire her so fast. She is poison. And that's the other thing is MSNBC's audience is poisoned. They have been built around these psychos lying to them, and they like it. And as soon as they change format, they're going to lose that psycho audience. So MSNBC, even if they try to change, and I think Mika and Joe are trying to change, it's not enough. No one trusts you. You still aren't good enough. Oh, she's got 30 million. Holy smokes. Rachel Maddow's making 30 million a year on MSNBC. That's a crime. They should put someone in accounting in jail just for that. 30 million. Okay. Ed Mars says she makes 200 million a year. I think that's got to be a little north of what she's doing. That's probably all of MSNBC's budget, but I don't know. So, Trump's, let me go through my Twitter feed real quick so I can get you Trump's other picks. Because right now, the corrupt system is about to go down. Okay, here's breaking. President-elect Trump says he intends to nominate Dr. Janet Nesheiwat as Surgeon General of the United States. Okay. I don't know, on Twitter, you have to wait a few hours or days to make sure that it sticks. You know what I'm saying? Just so you're not going way off into la la land. I have to qualify everything that I repeat from Twitter if I haven't given it enough time on that. Here's Senator Mike Rounds from South Dakota introduces a bill to eliminate the United States Department of Education. That's another one of Trump's promises. I support that. It just sends the money back to the states where it should be, or at least back to the states, or at least locally, and have the money follow the kid. That's very popular. Look, there's Thomas Sweeney. We love you in Ohio too. Thank you to my Ohio people. JD Vance land. Here's breaking. Jamie Raskin tells MSNBC that with Pam Bondi in charge, the Justice Department will be Trump's law firm. Amen, brother. That'd be good. Adds that she might be used to go after him, Jamie Raskin, and other Democrats, and says the marching order to counter Trump should be all for one and one for all. He's trying to get everyone united against Trump as they're sitting with, there's Jamie Ratskin, says Golden Bear. True. Also true. There's riots in Montreal. I don't cover a lot of Canada. I let my friend Ro Kabir Kumar do that one. I'm going to try and find another Trump pick in here. Pam Bondi. She's the one who exposed the Biden Burisma scandal, by the way. So I think we might have to open that back up, which I approve of. Get that back open. They'll be able to go back and go after Merrick Garland, Alejandro Mayorkas. That's another video I did for tomorrow, that they're going to open it back up. Jim Jordan already announced it. They're opening up a congressional hearing, and they sent a message to Merrick Garland and Alejandro Mayorkas, do not destroy any documents. And they wrote back, oh, we would never destroy any documents, which of course is a lie. Here's, oh boy. We can make fun of Rob Reiner, who went to, do you guys know what Blue Sky is? So Blue Sky, which we call Blue Ski because it's commie. Blue Sky, what's his name? Jack, the old owner of Twitter. After he sold it to Elon Musk, he went and started another platform called Blue Sky. It's supposed to be Twitter's left-wing competitor. And it's not free speech, by the way, but a bunch of right-wingers, tens of thousands of them, are opening up accounts on Blue Sky to troll all of the liberals that leave X and go over there. So Rob Reiner's one of them. Rob Reiner says, I've made a decision to take the next few days to check into a facility for peace and relaxation. Guys, that's Rob Reiner. No phone, social media, no trolls, just calmness to heal my pain. So we broke him, Rob Reiner. So he was one of the ones who went over to Blue Sky and said, Twitter has become a hate fest. I'm going over to Blue Sky. And he goes over there, and it's mostly right-wing followers just going after him over there, going, you ran away, you lost. And he goes, I get more comments from right-wingers hating on me than I get from the left. Yeah, Richard, CS5 says Blue Sky is another left arm of the Democrat Party. Okay, here's another Trump appointment. Breaking, Trump has picked outgoing Congresswoman Lori Chavez DeRemer to be the labor secretary, be his labor secretary. So there's another pick, and we support that too. Any of these picks, I think overall we're going to do well by him. The biggest trouble is Matt Gaetz. Probably the next biggest is going to be Pete Hegseth, because he's going to clean up the Pentagon, and he has a lot of enemies. But all of the charges against him were different than Matt Gaetz. I think Matt Gaetz was probably Rob Weiner, says Adam over there on YouTube. That's good. Carrie Miller is watching on Facebook. Thank you guys for joining us live. Lots of thumbs up are good. Okay, I'm going to skip whatever I was talking about. We're going to move on. Yeah, there it is. Rob Reiner, or Rob Weiner, as you guys are calling him. Rob Weiner says, Adam, Rob Weiner says, MAGA scum have already wrecked Blue Sky. You can run, but you can't hide. See, these people, they're not used to having debate and dissent and talk openly and honestly about stuff. They're not used to having dissenting opinions. This is also why conservatives, we know the arguments because we've had to fight liberals. We've had to fight the opposition of our arguments on all social media. If you're still a conservative and a Republican, you're not going to turn by now. Yeah, Flex. He's correcting me, but doesn't realize I've already corrected myself earlier in this stream. He goes, it's not Matt Gaetz anymore, Doug. It's Pam Bondi, according to Trump's Truth account. That's right. We're going over all that. We already did that one. You might have to stream backwards. Oh, my other one that I did for tomorrow is I told my mom and everyone out there who's terrified of World War III, no, guys, Putin is not going to escalate this thing to nuclear with Trump getting into office. He wants to negotiate peace. So does Zelensky. They both want this thing over. They're done. They are flexing against each other, I'll explain that in the video that comes out tomorrow. I just don't want you guys going around scared because social media is trying to terrify you into thinking that World War III is about to happen. They're wrong. They're lying to you about nukes. Not that they're impossible to happen, but that Putin is not going to use them. There. That's my stand on it. Here's a meme with Elon Musk waving from inside of McDonald's at Joy Reid, Rachel Maddow, and Joe Scarborough. And that's the biggest news, is that MSNBC is done. They're going to start firing anyone they can, and they're not going to renew contracts of anyone they can. It's going to be a bloodbath over there, and we're going to hear all the jobs that are going bye-bye and everyone with salary cuts. It's going to be massive salary cuts. This is Stephanie Rule. Will Elon Musk buy NBC? That's the Polymarket percentage that says he will, and that percentage is going up from 15% right now. Also, Bitcoin's about to cross $100,000 per Bitcoin, which, you know, I'm into crypto. Not that deep, but I'm into it. Not enough to care. How's that? Crypto doesn't mean as much to me as working and honest living and all that, but there you go. Oh, we need Kash Patel. That's true. Yeah, Ukraine is running out of people, flat out. That Ukraine can't win. And we're just throwing money at them, you know, good money after bad. So we got to drop that stuff. Here's Ed H with a super chat. Thank you, Ed, for the super chat. I cut the cord in 2009. See, we didn't cut it till last year. Trump will support free over-the-air broadcasting to continue without allowing the networks encrypting the signals. That'll work. That'll totally work. Look, all of these TV companies should be simulcasting on the internet for free anyways. So there you go. Here's a question for you guys. Would you guys rather MSNBC go away and fail and die forever? Or would you rather see Elon Musk buy it and turn it around into something watchable? There's Christy M. I hope you're right about Putin. Yeah, Christy M., my big question to all of you in the chat and everything is, what does Putin gain from launching a nuke? So just think of it purely in self-interest, be purely selfish, purely as, you know, as mean as Putin is. What does he gain versus what could he lose? If he drops a nuke, he will lose everything. Guaranteed. Absolutely everything. So I don't see I don't see it happening. And everyone telling you guys to be afraid, they're not giving you good news. They're really trying to scare you, and they're trying to get entertainment and clicks off of it. And you guys know I don't do that. I don't like doing that. Maybe I'll do that about The View. Maybe I'll try and get some clicks on The View, but not over scaring you into thinking thermonuclear war is on the brink. That's crazy. Vivek Ramaswamy has been posting more about all the reform he's going to do. Greg Abbott has started that crane with the float wall. Have you guys seen the float wall? He makes a bunch of wall that puts a float over the Rio Grande on that Texas River. And he's putting out massive water walls. I guess they're cheaper to build than physical land walls. But he's putting out those barriers now to stop. They're mostly there to stop boats from coming over and just making a drop on the shoreline. So that's good news. Ed says the networks want to encrypt and charge for over-the-air broadcasting and require internet connection. See next gen ATS 3.0. Yeah. With Milley's going to be gone. All the Pentagon guys are going to be gone. John Kelly's already gone. But they're all going to go bye-bye. Day one of Trump, they're going to gut the Pentagon. But Now, here's another one from you guys. Who does Trump pick? Who's the general that Trump picks? What general? It's not going to be Flynn. So don't give me Flynn. It's not going to be Flynn. Michael Flynn. Nope. So what general does Trump pick who's loyal to Trump? I can't think of one. So maybe some of you, the general that's going to be top general in charge of his military. Yeah, the good general's retired. That's what I'm saying. Is he needs a senior general. A senior general. 4-star. General Keane? General John Mike Keane. Maybe. Scott Bessent was picked for Treasury Department, to lead the Treasury Department. So that's good. They're going to be in charge of all your quarterly easings. Yeah, Lloyd Austin is a Maoist, says Angel Hunter Wolf. That's right. Lloyd Austin, the guy who took weeks off for some kind of cancer treatment and didn't tell anyone, and no one noticed he was gone. Okay, there's a name, Golden Bear 82, says Colonel Douglas McGregor. There you go. If anyone has, I'll do some information dive on that, because I'd love to find a good, I'll take a colonel, but traditionally they're 4 stars. So General Anastasia. I don't know who that is either. I'll have to look that one up too. Anyways, Scott Bessent, billionaire. He's a founder of the Square Capital Management Group. He's lost a lot of money under Biden, by the way. So but you need that Treasury Department in good hands. Trump has talked about replacing some of our gold reserve with Bitcoin. Now, if our country buys Bitcoin and makes that part of our government money, Bitcoin is going to go through the roof. I don't like making predictions, but I don't see how it goes down. How's that? I don't see how it goes down. The stock market, I see how it could get some trouble in the next 2 or 3 years as Trump has to reform everything. But long term, everything goes up. Everyone knows that. You just don't want to tie money up somewhere if you need it to pay taxes next year or to live on next year. But anything that you have that you're saving, you don't want to leave it in cash. You want to leave a chunk in cash to live on, and the rest you want to put to work for you. Those are the rules. In America, it's just very hard for us these days to save anything because everything's so expensive that people are having a hard time. They're living day to day, month to month. So that was one of the problems with the messaging from the Kamala Harris campaign, is they kept bragging about how Joe Biden, they were saying like, the economy is good. The economy is good. Look at the stock market. Well, your average voter does not own stocks. They may not, many of people, older people who we know don't even have a retirement plan. That happens. And so you have to still make your economy livable for retired people that may not be able to draw a full salary. They may be living on an extremely limited amount of money. I know a lot of poor people, and it makes a big difference to them. And you can't tell them the economy is fine when everything costs 20% more. So that literally means that all the money that you make or have in the bank is worth, someone took 20% of it, and his name is Joe Biden. So that ends with Trump too. General Raising Cane. There you go. There's Family Man. Yeah, we like that one too. Okay. Here's another meme. It has Kamala Harris in a sombrero, and it says Mexican word of the day, nacho. Nacho president. That was one of my dad's favorite jokes, was nacho cheese. That's nacho cheese, my dad would tell me. David Rubin from the Rubin Report. I like him. The other guy, oh yeah, okay, there you go. Darlene Bradley, the biggest issue forcing poor folks are housing prices. Rents are obscene. Yeah. Our lower income, our government's going to have to do something for them besides just create jobs. And it can't be a welfare handout, but it has to be some kind of a break. So hopefully more opportunity, and something's going to drive prices down. What drives prices down? Competition. So you have to create more businesses in competition with each other. And when they have to chase the money, they will each lower their price, and they get more efficient with their mass-made products. Here's Carl W. Haven't heard much of us who are on SSI, Social Security. What about that? Well, I know that no one's touching Social Security. And it's actually very hard for us to control our budget if we don't touch Social Security. There's Social Security, there's the military. You know, I have a feeling Trump's going to have to go in and like gut farm subsidies and stuff. There's a lot of farmers that voted for him, poor farmers and things like that, like my relatives. Look, here's a $5 super chat from MV Starcatcher. Thank you, MV. I appreciate that. Choosing between food and medicine right now. My mom is in that situation. Housing is scarce because of illegals. Now, that's partially true about the illegals. There's other things. The environmentalists have kept new affordable housing from being built because of environmental standards and changes. And then also the interest rates have gone through the roof. So if you charge more for money and the interest rates are go up and stay up, that puts a burden on everybody. Just makes all money more expensive. So I hear you guys, and those of you who are suffering, of course, we pray for you all. All right. So that's the big overview for the day. That's my live show. It's been a hearty, hefty 45 minutes. And I thank you all for watching. I pray if I don't talk to you before Thanksgiving, then have a blessed, be thankful, even for those of you who are poor and on SSI, Social Security. Think of what you're thankful for and thank God for it. Because I read a cool tweet on Facebook, or a cool post on Facebook. Someone said, if you've ever met someone who died younger than you, you should thank God for every day of your life that you've lived longer than that. I know a lot of people that died in their 20s, and I'm 58. So I thank God that I made it to 58. Remember, those of us who are over 33-year-olds, that's most of us, we outlived Jesus. God himself did not live in physical human form after 33 years old. So we are blessed. Good stream, good night, says Adam. And there's all my people over on Facebook. Blessings to you all. I'm Doug. Don't forget, we have a store. There is a store where you can buy coffee mugs. I don't like pushing that, but you know, I designed them all and I have a lot of fun. Do subscribe, do follow. And I thank you guys for your viewership. I don't thank you guys enough. I'm going to keep putting on shows for you as long as I'm allowed to stay on the air and as long as I'm allowed to make them. I hope I become your trusted news source. And from a point of view that's a conservative Christian man, not a lot of people can say that online. And I've never put a single check mark next to a Democrat in my entire life. And I never will. I'm Doug, in exile.